Welcome back to the channel. Today we're chatting about the 6 things we are doing to teach our boys about money. And I'm actually a teacher, and that's a good segue for my disclaimer because this is educational content. It's not financial advice. What I do is I create content, and from my teacher lens, I like to make it really informative. I like to use our real life numbers to explain the content. So none of it is financial advice. It's for educational purposes. All right, number 1 is money conversations. We are having money conversations all of the time, and we really make sure that those money conversations are coming from a positive mindset around money. Did you know that research from the University of Cambridge suggests that by the age of 7, many children's money habits are already taking shape? That's why we believe it's never too early to start talking about money. So money is not a taboo topic in our household. I actually have an example the other day. Our youngest, who is 7, asked us how much money we had, and I kind of didn't really answer the question fully. And he was like, "No, how much money do you have?" And I said, "Oh, about $1 million." And then he said, "But the other day you said you needed $3 million." And I was so surprised because it shows that they're actually listening and taking things in, because 3 million, well, 3.5 million is actually our financial independence number. So then we're having a chat about financial independence. And then my husband also said, "But do you know what? We've paid off our mortgage. So that's also a really good thing." And then he was explaining what a mortgage is and how all that works. So that's how we're talking about money in our household. I wanted to mention here that personal finance is personal. So what I do might not make sense for what you do, but it makes sense for us. I'm not putting up this video for criticism because that's what some people like to do. They like to look for one little hole in something. This is what's working for us at this point in time. This is what we are doing. I'm not telling you this is the right and only way. This is the way for us. This is what's making sense for us. You do you parent your way, but this is what we're doing, and we are doing pocket money. I believe that pocket money gives children a hands-on experience with their money. It gives them a small amount of money that they get to spend, and they get to work out how money works. And because it is a small amount, I'm hoping that they're learning and making money mistakes at a young age with that small amount of money, and not when they get their first job or when they get their first full serious job. So I have an example of this the other day of how this is helping my boys learn about money and managing money. They came home from school with the book club catalogue. Right away, they wanted to run upstairs, get online and purchase the books that they wanted. So then I started talking about the 24-hour rule, not calling it that, of course, and I told them that they should sleep on their decisions. And guess what? After they slept on their decisions, they made a different decision. So then we also slept on it again, because actually they don't need to put in their orders till the 31st of July. So there is no rush. And of course, there is expectations that they help around the house, or they don't get their pocket money. It's not that you get this money every week no matter what. There is the expectations that they are helping out around the home. We manage their pocket money through Spriggy, and so I really like Spriggy because it makes it easy for me to do that. They really like it. We have it set up now that they're just getting paid $5 each week. We did have jobs in there, and I'd like to get back to putting in some bigger jobs that they can do in the school holidays to earn money. But at the moment, we've just got it scheduled so that they can get their $5 every week. And I do have an affiliate code in the video description if you wanted to try out Spriggy for your family. Now, number 3 wasn't always on our radar because interest rates in bank accounts weren't that high when the boys were born, but now they are quite decent. So we're getting back into the savings account. So both boys have a savings account, and I really like that they're a great way to teach about compound interest, because the interest payments happening every month, not always with shares and things like that. So they can see that happening every month. So we are putting also $5 a week into their savings, because the problem was with the pocket money, they were spending all of their money. I was trying to get them to save, and it just wasn't happening. But I feel now, having this separate savings account, that they will be saving. And I've told them that this saving is for a car or a house. So we'll see how that goes. Their current savings account has 5.5% interest. So that's pretty good. And that's with Great Southern Bank, not affiliated with them in any way. And I'm sure you can find others with a percentage around that as well. So quite decent at the moment, I would say. Number 4 is their investing account. Now, this one has been kind of pushed to the side, and I'm ready to kind of revisit it because they have had it for a while now, and what I chose to invest in was not a good choice. What I chose to invest in, I chose for tax purposes, which we know is not the right decision to make an investment. I have learned that. We are ready to hopefully sell that investment and choose something else, but we're just waiting for the latest dividend, which should get paid next month with their current investment before we look at selling that and changing it to something else. But at the moment, they have just over $2,000 in that account. I wanted to mention that the purpose of this account was to just introduce investing to them. The purpose isn't to hand over a lump sum of money, it's to show them how investing works and get them excited about it. So hopefully it will serve its purpose. But as you can see, what I chose to invest in is still at a capital loss. The dividends have been okay, but it's kind of about the same as what the savings account is paying. But anyway, we are hoping to sell and hopefully make some changes there. Now, number 5 is controversial because I made a reel about this on Instagram, and I'll chat about what I was saying in there. What I was saying, and it kind of comes down to fitting your own oxygen mask first, of course, but I was talking about superannuation, and some people either love superannuation or they hate it. But what I was saying was, have we considered that if we want to help our children out financially, which I'll talk about in number 6 as well, have we considered superannuation? Because I have worked out that when my husband has access to his superannuation, our boys will be 24 and 27. And when I have access to my superannuation, I'll be 20. The boys, not me, the boys will be 29 and 32. So, because we would like to help them out a little bit financially, and I kind of feel that that age is a good age to possibly help them out financially. So we are putting a lot into superannuation. The reason we're putting money into there is for our own retirement, of course, but it would be great if we did have a surplus in there, and when it came time to that, we could help them out financially. So that leads me in to number 6. We would love to be able to match their savings. So we don't believe in just handing over a lump sum of money. We would like to match their savings for a car, match their savings for a home. And I think it's important to build their habit of savings, and hopefully they are savers and not spenders. And so that's why I'm also thinking that by the time we have access to our superannuation, might be around the time when they're maybe looking to buy a home. Who knows with how much houses are at the moment. But that is our plan. That's what works for us, and that's what we want to do. I'm not telling you that you have to do that, and I'm definitely not saying that that's the only correct way of doing things. If there's anything you're doing that's different to here, I'd love to have it down in the comments so that we could all have a chat about it, because I do also feel that this will change and evolve as my boys change and evolve, especially once they get their first job, because there's also things I would like to do there to help them out with their superannuation as well. So hopefully that's helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.